What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Tricky Jim. Going to be playing a game on TCG today, and today I'm rocking Zoroark Decidueye. Now, this is a deck that I haven't given too much love this competitive season, though it is very fun to play. Decidueye is one of my favorite Pokemon GX that exists. This is going to be hopefully one of my final recordings in the little makeshift home studio situation here. I'm going to be going to check in on the progress of my brand new studio at Full Grip Games here shortly, so I'm really excited about that. This is unfortunately one of those awkward kind of weird times in the season where I'm kind of like over the current standard format, super excited about Lost Thunder, but Lost Thunder is not legal yet on TCG. So we've got like a few weeks here of only being able to play the kind of old format decks on TCG. So I'm going to try and mix it up, play some more fun stuff, while most people are kind of more or less kind of checked out of these meta decks. Like, some things are just not going to be relevant anymore. When we got Blacephalon on the scene, when we got Lost March on the scene, I think that the metagame is just going to be completely kind of revamped, which is really exciting from a competitive player standpoint. It's really exciting even just from a casual standpoint. It's just really exciting in the game in general, and I think it's going to be awesome. But for now, I'm going to try and do my best to mix things up with some different decks when I do play PTCGO, and then I'm going to be getting some more kind of tabletop game footage in as well as soon as I get that set up going at Full Grip Games. So if this is like, this is a Sylveon deck. I think this is just Sylveon, which is horrible for me. I don't even know if I could beat Sylveon. I think with like Feather Arrow and everything, it's just not happening. So we try to just win. I don't know. Do we try to just like win just through attrition? Can we just set up enough Decidueyes and then maybe try to like one-hit KO them? I think if I could set up like 3 Decidueyes real quick, we might be able to, I don't know, we might be able to overrun them, like, I guess, if we just get a ton of Decidueyes out and then keep them from ever getting an Eevee into play. That would be like super cool, right? So I think I want all these Zoruas here. And then let's just Cynthia. There's no point in using my Judge yet because I want to save that for a time. Oh, this is like a pretty flame start here. So not going to attack yet. We definitely want to just hang on to this, hang on to this Rare Candy Decidueye here. So we have Rare Candy Decidueye. We've got a turn 2 Zoroark as well. My opponent's just going to go ahead with the Magical Ribbon. I mean, this is like, I guess we go for the Lele and for Judge, and then I hope that I draw into a Zoroark. Is that what we do, or do we hope that we trade into a Judge with my Zoroark? Because I have both of those as options. Obviously, if we like Judge my opponent out of a max potion, I could just win the game. If they can't heal this one Sylveon, I could pretty easily just win if they don't have it like that. But I guess that is a little bit of just a tough situation, because if I Judge myself and I don't get a Zoroark, then we're just kind of stranded out here. But I feel like with my opponent having that big of a hand, we have to make something happen. So let's go in. We definitely are getting a Decidueye into play, and then we would Ultra Ball away the Nest Ball and the Guzma. That's probably okay. Yeah, let's do that. Let's Ultra Ball them away. And then what's the situation here? I could get a Zoroark, but then I'm trading away. That seems suboptimal. I think we're definitely getting a Lele here. And we just go in with the Judge and we hope for the best. And that's it. And we just get a Zoroark, or we don't off of this. If we don't, we're going to be a little bit sad, but that's okay. We're going to see how it buffs out. Come on, let's get it. 2 Zoroarks off of this Lele for Judge. Limit my opponent's hand. Get myself a fresh one. Let's go. All right, this is the risk I feel like we have to take. I feel like otherwise, if my opponent is able to just get stabilized in this matchup, it's definitely not happening for me. Oh, okay. And we got a fat nothing off of that Judge. So that is sad. No, why? So that's fine. If I top deck Ram does nothing, so it's just sad. Nothing. The resistance. No. So let's see. Hopefully they don't get too much going on this next turn. They got enhanced hammer. That's okay. But do they get a? Do they get? No, they just have to magic orb. They didn't have anything. Ugh. If I could have just smacked them with a Zoroark, they would have been so good. 120 damage. We got 40 more damage coming next turn from my Decidueyes, but at this point, I think the gig is like probably up. They're just gonna have hammers for like everything. I don't even think that there's any switch cards in this list. I think it's just Guzmas, of which we play like 2. And sure enough, the next card is Ultra Ball. Isn't that just the way that it always goes? All right, so we're gonna get rid of the Rowlet and the other Zorua here. I'm going to grab myself a Zoroark, and we're kind of just going to hope that we trade into some other stuff here. So let's evolve into that. And we're going to trade away the Tapu Koko, which we probably don't want, and hopefully we get a supporter of some sort. We've got a Lele and a Grass Energy. So that Grass Energy doesn't exactly help me. I don't expect my opponent to be giving me any freebies as far as... I don't expect them to be giving, I don't know, what am I even trying to say? I don't expect them to be giving me any bench spots. I don't think that they're actually going to attack anything here. So that's a little bit frustrating. I think I just like hold on to that and kind of go forward and continue putting pressure on. And if by some miracle they like don't heal this turn, then I have an option to win this next turn. They are going to Skull Grunt though, so that's it. They got my Grass Energy out of the hand. So maybe I should have just attach that to a Decidueye. I guess it can't really hurt there. I just maybe figured it would be nice to have an extra card in my hand. They don't heal. So we can do it, right? We're hitting for 100. Literally, if we just get our hands on a DCE, this game is over. I am always astonished by the Sylveon play. You guys have noticed in the last couple games that I've played on PTCGO, they just aren't healing this early damage. They've only got one Sylveon out. He did not get another copy of Eevee. We just win on DCE. That's it. That's all we need. We've got 3 of them left in deck, and I've got 1 trade. That's it. So I have the top 3 cards. But we could trade into a supporter. We could trade into another Zoroark. All of these are options here. So hopefully this buffs out. Come on. I really want to just end the Sylveon player. Can we just end the Sylveon player? Please. Can we end the Sylveon player? Just please let my Sylveon opponent get punished for this. Oh my gosh. Why are they never punished? Oh, they're never punished. Now they definitely have... They definitely are going to heal this time. They aren't playing no more games. They are not going to allow that to happen. So at this point, I'm feeling kind of bad about my odds here. However, if they do place a Eevee, I should be able to knock it out. They would have to place the Eevee, bench basic Pokemon, colorless more. All right, so we got the Mount Lanalaka and Lanakila. All right, we need another, yes, at least we need a Decidueye here. So if we can at least get a Decidueye, that would be good. Unless they have the Fairy Energy in hand. No, they do not. So they are going to leave that thing in Eevee. I was going to say they have to, like, Energy Evolution. Oh, Mars, they're discarding random cards out of my hand. Oh, better the Guzma than the Rare Candy. I feel like I want that Rare Candy more. And are they going to, oh, Bodybuilding Dumbbells, great. Are they going to plea GX? They are going to plea GX. That is just too much. Could you not? So they're going to plea. That gives them an opportunity to kind of have that Eevee be safe on the bench. So that's cool, I guess. All right, we'll Rare Candy into our other Decidueye here. And we got to start trading things away. So I guess I'm trading away that Max Potion. Honestly, I don't think that Max Potion is going to be used this game. We've got another Rare Candy and that Latios. I don't think that Latios is going to be used this game. So let's trade that away as well and see a little bit more of our deck here. We've got Ultra Ball. We've got Choice Band. Honestly, we're just gonna keep trucking here with our, with our Decidueyes in the active. So I guess I guess we just continue lying that, putting that damage on. That's fine. Oh, I don't think that we can do it at this point, but I guess we never know. My opponent could always make some silly plays. I don't want to just throw in the towel quite yet. Though with both of my Guzma in the discard pile and, one grass energy, one double colorless energy down already, we have to ask ourselves, what are the odds that I'm able to get any given Pokemon out of the active position? This is actually exactly who I want in the active. I don't know if my opponent knows this, but I do play Super Boost Energy, so I can get all 3 Decidueye in play and just kind of have myself a field day. So I think that we are going to utilize this. My opponent is not healing things, not at all. So that is tough. I really am wishing that I had another Guzma, but we can use our, we can use our Hollow Hunt GX. So that'll be something that we think about here. If I can get either a grass or my Super Boost, I can use that. Let's see, we've got ourselves a Cynthia. All right, so we're gonna get our other Decidueye out into play here. And then I probably just evolve into the Dartrix, just be a little conservative with that. And then I'm fine just using the Cynthia and trading a couple times. I mean, yeah, I do have to be a little bit wary of benching myself. I definitely have to think of, not benching myself, decking myself. Do have to be a little bit wary of that, but honestly, I'm kind of feeling a little aggressive here. The Field Blower will be a good play for me. I have to think about that because I could Field Blower the bodybuilding dumbbells, which is good. Let's trade away the Dartrix. See what we get off of that. And we don't need that Deoxys either. So let's trade away. Oh, I guess we're Feather Arrowing here. Let's start Feather Arrowing the active. We'll do that once. And then we'll also Feather Arrow the benched one once. So I want my opponent to feel like that benched one is safe still. I don't want them to feel like they are in trouble over there. All right, and then we've got Cynthia. So Cynthias are what we're going to have to use to keep us from benching or getting benched. And we're going to pass. So the hope is that I can knock out that benched, Sylveon, I guess, without them using Max Potion. But we have to imagine that they... Okay, so they just are staying on that Team Skullgrunt grind. I guess, in a way, maybe my energy are more safe in play because Plumeria at least requires them to discard 2 cards from their hand than they are in my own hand. And that's like a weird kind of situation that I'm not quite used to yet. So we are going to be able to knock out that benched Sylveon. And I have to imagine that my opponent's grabbing a Max Potion here, which means that they will probably use it on their active Sylveon next turn, but maybe they won't. I don't think that they're quite expecting me to be able to hit for, all this damage next turn. So let's see. That bodybuilding dumbbells just, gets plus 40 hit points. All right, so I don't think that they're expecting this knockout at all. This is going to come as quite a surprise to them. So I'm going to Ultra Ball here and just go get myself the other Decidueye. I'm going to look at the resources left in my deck as well. I've got a Rescue Stretcher, I've got a Grass, and I've got a Super Boost. Okay, so let's get ourselves the Decidueye. I know that both the Grass and the Super Boost are in the deck. Going to need to use that Super Boost probably to try to end the game. So let's trade away just the one Ultra Ball here. And we want to see a decent amount of our deck. We want to be able to ideally draw out the rest of our deck on a turn if we want to, if my opponent does not Max Potion the Sylveon next turn. So I think that we're pretty close. I mean, they could potentially let's see, that's pretty good. All right, I just want to sit here. They could potentially drop another Eevee or something, and that could complicate things, but whatever, we're living on the edge here. Okay, so we're gonna get these guys out of play. Let's do that short. And we're going to triple Feather Arrow that benched Sylveon. And then I guess we don't drop the... Let's think. I don't I could go and try to draw into the, what I'm thinking is the grass energy, or, oh, I have Judge. Oh, that's insane. We could just win now. Okay, I was going to say I don't have Judge left, so I could just judge my opponent, and then if they don't have it on their turn, if they don't have like a healing card or something like that, that would just be completely insane. So I think we just drop everything and Judge, and then if we draw into Super Boost, we're doing 120 plus 60 is 180. That's perfect. So I think we just go for a win here. Hope that they don't have any way to heal. So let's just drop that DCE as well, just to give myself another out in case I don't hit Super Boost. I can hit Grass and that'll do it. So this is an insane rip. We have to just hope that we get it, I think. And I think I go for broke here. I just like burn every card that is not the cards that I need. So we're dropping all those. I don't want to drop the choice band yet because we want to say like, all right, well, if my opponent by some miracle, gets a field blower or something, I don't want to have that kind of rule me out of winning the game. All right, and we've got game here. So if my opponent does not have it, or doesn't have a way to, disrupt my win next turn, I'll have it. So I know I could have gone for the Super Boost play this turn, but I didn't have enough to knock them out. And then it would have given them a chance to remove my Super Boost. So we just have to pass here, and we got to hope that they don't have an Eevee and hope that they don't have a Max Potion Energy. If that's the case, and hope that they... Oh, no! Oh, I have Field Blower. I'm fine. I can still do it. No, they do have the Max Potion. Why do they have the Max Potion? Oh, this is horrible. Oh, I can't believe that they got such a crazy draw off of that. Okay, so the max that we can do right now is 120 plus 60. We could do 180. That's it. So we have to just hope we can kind of grind my opponent out. We have to hope that they can, that they kind of miscalculate somewhere. They can't bench an Eevee without a Fairy Energy. We know that. And we can't play any of these cards because we have to just... oh, this is horrible. Let's see here. We kind of want the Grass Energy low-key. That's like kind of what we want, so that we can hit into them for a substantial amount. But then they would just probably heal. So I don't think... Goodness, if we just played like Kukui or something, or if I had the 4th Decidueye in play, then we could make it happen. Okay, I think we just Feather Arrow 3 times and just hope that they just misplay this turn, right? Hope that they just think that removing the DCE is enough. So I think we just do that, and we just grip this hand, because this hand is actually perfect. So long as they don't actually, disrupt this board in any way, then we just win. I mean, if they Max Potion again, that's fine. Like, we got turns to do that. Ugh, the other Eevee makes things like more complicated. That's definitely not what we want. That is definitely bad. Gives them the most stable board position possible. So let's see, what do we got going on here? I think we probably just keep the Super Boost. They have the Enhanced Hammer. Oh, okay. So do I look for my grass and try to... Hollow Hunt here? I can't believe they drew so well off that Judge. That was literally everything that they needed. Oh, the Max Potion was so good there. That was very good. So I'm wondering, let's see, they're going to Magical Ribbon again. They've got Team Skull Grunts. They're probably going to go back into my hand, looking at my hand for Team Skull Grunt here. But I wonder if they're going to get, Max Potion and Team Skull Grunt. So let's see here. At the very least, I will be able to Hollow Hunt and kind of bring, maybe I try to bring Judges back into my hand to limit their options. That's probably the best thing I can do, but I need to try and get some damage off of this Super Boost for sure. So I think we just go for the Super Boost knockout this turn, like guaranteed. That's probably just our best bet. So we could Field Blower. We're hitting enough damage just with one Feather Arrow and the Super Boost. Okay, that's fine. That's just what we got. So let's Field Blower this, And that's all we want to field blower, short. And then, so that works now. We're going to just attach that. And I think I just rescue stretcher 3 things back into the deck. Like, let's just throw, sure, give us like a few more turns, I guess. So we're just going to rescue stretcher, and we're going to shuffle 3. I don't want the grass energy in my hand in case, let's just throw the entire Decidueye line. I don't want the grass energy in my hand, so I'm not going to trade. I'm not going to Cynthia, just in case my opponent, let's see, we're going to Feather Arrow the active, and then we're going to do 120. So yeah, we're going to Feather Arrow that. Just in case my opponent does Team Skull Grunt. That grass energy is kind of like my lifeline right now, so we need that to not be a thing. So we're going to Feather Arrow this guy twice, and then we're just going to hope that by some miracle, my opponent decided not to get themselves an Enhanced Hammer this turn. So if they don't get themselves an Enhanced Hammer, then I think I win. However, if they do have an Enhanced Hammer in their hand, then I think I lose. I think I just won't be able to pull out of the situation. But I do have one Hollow Hunt left. If they have the grass, they have Plumeria. All right, so they do have that. Of course, they want that super boost energy out of there pronto. But they are going to be a little bit stressed for resources. If I can find my grass energy, sure, there goes the Lele. Okay, it's all a wrap now. That's the third DCE. Oh, goodness. I don't think that I have my other DCE available. I don't think I do. So I think that I'm just out. Like, they just get max potions at this point and will be able to kind of outlast me, and I won't be able to get this Tapu Lele out of the active position. So what a long, painful suffering. I can't wait till next format. We get Lost March. I feel like Lost March just will never lose to this deck ever. So let's see. I have 6. I actually want to see. Do I have the DCE? I don't. I don't even have the DCE. So that's it. Good game to my opponent. You got it. I can't get this thing out of the active position. Like, I'm just going to sit here Feather Arrowing you. And my opponent will never let me just Feather Arrow them to death, I don't think. But I don't know. Eventually they will run out of max potions. So, I don't know. Let's wait it out. Let's just see what they end up doing. Eventually they'll have to run out of max potions. I think they've used 2. They've used 1. So, okay. That's a little bit frustrating. They've only used 1. So, they have 3 left. And it takes me how many turns to... It takes me so many turns to actually whittle one of these down. Since I'm only doing 60 damage a turn, it's 4 turns to knock out the Sylveon. Unless my opponent prized 3 max potions, which I really doubt that they've done, but yeah, maybe. I have knocked out 2 Eevees so far, so I think, maybe they play a 4th Eevee, but maybe they only play like a 3-3 line, maybe a 4-3 line, something like that. But it could just be tough. I don't think that I can win. But I don't know. I've come this far. We might as well see how the game grinds out. Let's just throw this damage here. Just in case they have prized all 3 max potion. We'll see. Maybe they've last prized their 3. I don't know. They haven't been searching for it. So let's just see what they got. It's going to take them a while to mill me out. I have 2 Cynthia left in deck, and I don't plan on playing any other cards. We did have outs. We had outs. They have to have a Fairy Energy and then also Acerola. So they just have the Acerola. And then they're going to have Fairy Energy. But do they have a one in deck? I guess they can go search, right? But if they don't have one in deck, I guess that would just mean that their 4th one's in deck, because they have 1 in their hand, they have 2 in the discard pile. They could have 1 in the prizes if they play 4. So, no, of course, they've got it. So at this point, I know they have all of their... there's no point, because they could just stream Acerola and... they could stream Acerola and Lusamine at this point. So with that, lock, there's just, we're just going to save you all a bunch of time. We're going to concede this one. You got it. You got it, Sylveon guy. We were so close to winning that one. Honestly, there were a bunch of turns where if we just had one more card, if my opponent just had one less card, then we could have won. And it was the same way the last time I played against Sylveon on stream. You guys saw that. It's just, this deck was not built in any kind of way to be able to beat Sylveon. And we saw just how close I was anyways to just being able to bench it, just one card off in certain situations. Totally crazy. And then when we did get that judge, if my opponent just didn't get the max push, that's the only card they just needed to not have. Needed to not have that max push. It's all good though. Moving on to the next one. See what we can do against this deck. I have no idea what I am playing against. We've got a Rowlet in the active position here and a Lily to start, so that is excellent. I can Ultra Ball away. Probably just going to Ultra Ball away like the Lele, to be honest. Go get myself another basic Pokemon. Looks like we might be playing against a Malamar deck here, so that's going to be an interesting matchup. We should fare pretty decently. My opponent immediately ditches that Marshadow. They know, like, this thing's only got 150 hit points. I don't really want to mess with that. But that being said, you know, if they put the Dawn Wings down, that is weak to Dark. So that's not a great option for them either. Should be interesting. I feel like I can really take control of this matchup and that it should be okay. 240 hit points is just, oh no, not like this. Don't let loose me, bro. Oh no. I feel like I should be all right though. Oh, this is a fine start too. It's not quite as good as my other one. This is a fine start for sure. They're slapping that Deoxys down, so maybe they're going to go in early and try to aggress early with an early Deoxys. We're just going to put the Zorua down, and then we just go in with the early Lily. I got nothing that I want off of that Lele. So this is cool. We get 2 Zoruas, 2 Rowlets. It's about as good as we could hope for. And I think that I do just grab the other Rowlet. I could get like Coco or something. That seems unnecessary, I guess. Because if my opponent starts firing off with this Deoxys, then it's kind of all bad for me. And I want to be able to put a Zoroark in the active position. So just get another Rowlet. And then eventually we're going to want to transition into maybe a Coco for a turn and things like that. I guess I could have put the Lele down as an option to maybe throw the Lele out front instead of a Zorua. But I think ideally we want a Zoroark attacking on turn 2. That Deoxys has only got 120 hit points. Zoroark does 120 damage, resists Psychic. I think that is our ideal board state for the next turn. You see my opponent is getting all the Inkays out into play, but they have nothing going on. This is totally fine. I do not want to judge my opponent whatsoever, so let's just throw... I actually kind of like the choice band there on the Rowlet. And then let's throw that Lele down, and we're just going to go get ourselves a Cynthia, draw some different cards. My opponent's stalled out, so we need to capitalize on this dead turn for them for sure. And hopefully get ourselves some Zoroark so we can start drawing through our deck. We did get... That's not bad, though. Let's see. We're going to Ultra Ball away the Lele and the Dartrix. Really? Is this what we're doing? That just seems so bad. The Lele and the Rowlet. I actually want both Dartrix, I think. But then I don't get to keep both Dartrix. It's fine. I don't need to keep both Dartrix. Let's just trade away one of them. So we'll trade away this one, sure. That's fine. And then see what we get off of this. Alrighty then, that's fine. I actually like this Latios. We're going to be able to work with that here. And then also, sure, we're going to evolve into that Dartrix, and then we're just going to pass. We don't have a super fast setup here either. Now I guess I probably want to just slap that DC. Now that I'm looking at it, I probably want to slap that DC on the Zoroark, but my thought is if I attach the DC to the Zoroark, I don't really know what my thought is. I just should have done it, so then I could have retreated that Rowlet next turn. But we kind of want them to aggress. We want them to like take something out. Let's just we're gonna get rid of that max potion here. We do have a Decidueye, so that's good. We're going to be able to start moving here. Ooh, okay. We got another Zoroark, and we have to trade away that Deoxys there, so that's good too. And maybe we get a supporter, a judge. Okay, that's fine. I can rock with this. So we'll take that. We'll put the DCE onto the Zoroark, so that's good. And then we're just going to judge here, get us both down to 4. We've got a grass and a rare candy. So next turn, all right, next turn we're going to be doing some things. Let's just Feather Arrow, probably, I wonder if they don't knock out this Rowlet this next turn, then that's fine. We're just going to start going for these, Malamars here. I guess, I don't know, I guess you just do an Inkay. That probably makes more sense than hitting the Malamar. I'm just like, bleh, right now. I just worked a full day. It's super crazy. But we are almost done with our day job, so that's pretty sweet. And we'll just be able to focus all our time and energy into PTCGO and gameplays and making this channel awesome. So let's see, we've got ourselves. They did not. How do they just keep getting nothing? It's fine. We were gonna win that game. I'm thinking we had it. That's fine. On to game 3. We will take a dub for Decidueye real quick and see if we can get ourselves a nice even balanced matchup for number 3 here with Decidueye Zoroark, and see how it goes. I'm not exactly sure that this matchup is going to, or this deck is going to be super valid next format. I'm very worried about Blacephalon. If this is, I'm not going to lie, if this is Sylveon, we're just like auto-scooping. Like, what is the point, man? I'm just trying to play Zoroark Decidueye out here. And we're just playing against all these Sylveon decks. This is horrible. This makes me not want to play PTCGO. All right. It's fine. We'll put the, I don't know why that Rowlet's in the active position. That seems like a horrible idea, but that's fine. I definitely wanted to start the Zorua, but it's all good. Ain't worrying about it. We're going to get like 4 Decidueye into play. All right, this is Guardy, so that's all good. Guardy's fine. We should have started with the Zorua, but I was just clicking things. I'm just tilted because I thought I was playing against Sylveon, but we're cool here. We're playing against Guardy deck. Totally different. We're going to be fine. I think with this opening hand, we're just going for... Honestly, I don't mind going for a Lily off the opening hand just because I know I have a Zoroark and I know I have this Cynthia here. And that's kind of all I want turn 2 is I want a supporter and I want a Zoroark. If I have those things, I know I can like make everything else work out the way that it needs to. So slap that down, and then yes, I do not mind this at all. I don't think that my opponent, I don't think they got it like that to just attach and then go knock out my, I mean, they might though. I don't want to waste that super boost, so we're just going to Lily for 4. See what we get. Great Ball and a Latios. Let's see. What do we got here? Come on. Let's get ourselves a Zorua. That's cool. All right, 2 Zoruas. Yeah, I'm not picking up that Dartrix. That's not good. All right, we're going to get that guy. Put that down. I'm going to keep that super boost. We'll throw the Latios. The Deoxys could be kind of cool. Latios could be kind of cool. They're both kind of cool. I guess if my opponent gets more energy on them, then the Deoxys is cooler. So we're going to throw that Deoxys down and then just wait till next turn. So that's fine. I'm hoping my opponent doesn't just have a hand with like pure gas in it. They just have like rare candy, Guardy, 2 energies, 1 to retreat the Oranguru and 1 to throw onto the Ralts. Nope, they just got judged. They didn't have anything. So I could have probably attached the super boost, but there's no point in putting the super boost there. I am not getting 3 stage 2s into play. Not this game. Not right now. Not no way. So that is definitely a no-go. My opponent's going to continue setting up their board, instruct a little bit. They probably are going to get this Oranguru stuck in the active position. Yup. So that's fine here. I don't have any sort of anything going on, so that's fine. We're just going to attach that there. And we'll, oh yeah, let's get rid of that escape board. Make things just a little more difficult for you. Good. And we're going to Cynthia. And hope that we just get ourselves some Zoroarks, please. I'll take a Decidueye, that's fine. I mean, no, we get to actually go in, and we can like, we can actually Razor Leaf, so that's pretty insane if my opponent doesn't actually, no, I can't Razor Leaf, I attach that grass this turn. I'm a liar. So I don't want to actually Hollow Hunt for any of that stuff back. That all feels bad, so we're just going to throw some damage in play. And then, yeah, that seems bad. I guess I could hollow. There's probably no better time to hollow hunt than right now. I guess I could get Great Ball and the Rare Candy just to help set up a little bit. So let's just do that. We'll take the Great Ball, the Rare Candy, and the Field Blower, the Cynthia. We'll take the Cynthia too, sure. So we just have more consistency in the deck. That's okay. And then maybe I do something crazy like rip Decidueye, Rare Candy, off of the Great Ball. Maybe I get a Decidueye. Maybe I get myself a Zoroark and can trade into some stuff. But I think, just looking at that, I don't think that I'm going to actually have a better time to hollow hunt, because if my opponent's able to get a Guardy into play, which they've done a very good job of not doing, so that's been fantastic. We're just going to Field Blower that. Let's Great Ball, see what we can get. Nothing. Sad. Just sadness. That's all we got. Good. That's okay, though. So we're going to do that, and we're going to Cynthia. And with the extra Rare Candy in deck, maybe we have a higher chance of getting a Decidueye here. Nada. That's okay. We're going to Ultra Ball away the Zorua and that Nest Ball that I don't plan on using. Get ourselves the Zoroark. And then I think that I can safely trade away the Decidueye because I have a Rescue Stretcher in my hand. So I can do that. We want another Zorua. We ain't got it like that. That's fine. Let's just Feather Arrow. And I'm doing 90. I do not ever want to knock out this Oranguru, really, but I will go ahead and Razor Leaf. That's okay. So we're going to do 90 damage to this thing. But I really want the Oranguru to stay in the active as long as possible. That would be great. And then I want this to never become a Kirlia. So hopefully my opponent does not get Rare Candy Guardy. Hopefully they do not get Kirlia off of this Cynthia. That would be bad. No, they have the switch, but they do not have a Kirlia. No Kirlias. Come on. They got Field Blower, but do they have a Kirlia for that Ralts? Because it would be good if they didn't. That would be preferable. Probably just going to slap that magical ribbon here, get that going, and then I will judge it promptly. And also get to swing in them for some big damage with Razor Leaf while knocking out their Ralts. So that's good. Hopefully you don't take too long on this magical ribbon because I am ready to give it the good old judge. That'd be great. Let's do that. Like I was saying though, I'm not sure how good Zoroark Decidueye is going to be next format. I know that Blacephalon, I think, is going to give this deck a run for its money. I think Blacephalon just keeps this deck from being relevant, honestly. Having that fire weakness is so bad. On Decidueye, Blacephalon only needs to Lost Zone, 3 energies to knock it out, or 2 and a Choice Band to knock it out. So that's kind of tough. And then Blacephalon just easily eats Zoroark GX alive. It's like not even close. So that's kind of tough too. And I'm not exactly sure that there's anything that this deck can do to overcome that just blatant speed and weakness to Blacephalon. Looks like my opponent is really taking their good old time with that magical ribbon there. Yup, but it's about to go. So, oh no. Do we actually just trade and look for the... Oh, I have it. It's a Rescue Stretcher. There we go. Let's get it from my discard pile. Good. We'll grab that Decidueye. And then we got Rare Candy Decidueye. Very good. And now that we have 2, we are putting a ton of pressure on my opponent. That is very good. I think I just slapped that Super Boost there. It doesn't really matter where it is. I'm probably not getting myself another... let's see. We're just going to dig first. That's what you do. So you trade so that we can see like deeper into the deck, right? We're going to want to see deeper into the deck. So we're going to trade away this Latios because we want a Zoroark. So we got these. Now we can Great Ball. We got ourselves a Zoroark, so that's good. And I think we just take the Zoroark, and then we trade away the Nest Ball. And that way we've got like a decent dig into our deck now. And now we're like stabilized for sure. We've got our 2 Decidueyes out. I will be able to get a third one into play if that ever becomes an option for me, if my opponent ever starts knocking things out. Going to put a lot of pressure onto the Sylveon this next turn, and limiting their hand means that they just really don't have a ton of good options to go from here. I think I want to put damage on the Ralts again, give myself an opportunity to knock out that guy if my opponent does not draw into a Max Potion or a rare candy Guardy off of that Judge, then that Ralts is going to be gone as well. However, I do really want to knock out this Sylveon too, so I'm kind of torn. Do I double Feather Arrow knock out the Ralts, or do I Feather Arrow one time and knock out the Sylveon? I probably have to wipe this Sylveon out so that my opponent just doesn't draw things as well. But we could tell by that Ultra Ball getting slammed down that they probably have themselves a Guardy finally. So that is the thing that I'm going to have to worry about. My Decidueyes also just have 3 energy on them. So they are kind of hot targets right now. That's something that I'm not super excited about, but it's all good. Let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Right, so doing 180 damage to my Decidueye. We can imagine that they're probably pretty easily going to be able to knock out my Decidueye. That being said, if they do put too much energy onto that Guardy, I'm going to punish it with this Deoxys. I plan on doing that. So I'm going to continue trading through my deck, make sure I get my hands on another DCE so that I can take out that Guardy. I'm also going to put more pressure onto that Guardy with Feather Arrow here. And I guess I'm going to Feather Arrow the Sylveon once and the Guardy once. I want to take care of the Sylveon. I don't want any sort of Acerola shenanigans. Like, we are not trying to have this Sylveon get Acerola. I know my opponent would love that opportunity, so we're not going to give that to them at all. Let's go and start off with a couple of trades. We got ourselves a Grass Energy, so that's good. Let's trade away. I don't think I'm going to be needing all of these Dartrix, honestly. That seems like a lot. I don't think that I'm going to be needing that Nest Ball either, so let's get rid of that. And then we've got Choice Band. We've got Guzma. I could like swing into the Guardy, I guess. I can attach the Choice Band and then I can double Feather Arrow the Guardy. I think I like that better, so let's just do that. Let's double Feather Arrow the Guardy, and then with the Choice Band I have a knockout here, so let's just take it while we have it. I think I want the Grass Energy on the Tapu Lele, weirdly enough, is like a better spot for it than anywhere else. And then we're going to do that. And I don't want to play that Guzma yet. I feel like the Guzma could be good. I feel like this Ralts and the Dartrix are both good to have in my hand as well, so that I can start to build up that other Decidueye. We got the DCE off of the prizes there. Like I said, this Decidueye is going down. When this thing does go down, let's see, they got themselves another guy. They're going to do 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. So they need 2 more energy on it. That means that they'll have 5 energy on it. Or they could have 4 in a Choice Band. That's another option as well. Say the worst case scenario, they have 4. I'm doing 2, 4, 6, 8, and then 10. So I'm doing 100 damage, I think. 20 plus 20 more. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We got 120. They have 5, so we're doing 120 now. With 1 Decidueye, we're doing 140. And then if I can find a Choice Band, we will knock this Guardy out. So that's my out right now. I want to find a Choice Band. That, or I do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. That seems better. Yeah, we're just going to go in with the Lele. That is definitely better than promoting the Deoxys. I am like totally fine with my opponent return knocking out this Lele if it means I get to knock out this Guardy. So they got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Yes, that is 100% the play. 16 plus 6 is 220. Very good. We're going to go in with that. No bother really doing anything else. Yep, we got this Rowlet here. And then I think I just want to keep this big hand. I don't really need anything else. I just want to trade into another rare candy so that next turn I can get this big Decidueye into play. So we'll trade again and just get rid of that Lele. I don't need the other Lele. We just want to have hand size advantage right now. We just want to keep this. We're cool with this. I need a Feather Arrow. Don't forget. Don't forget it. All right. That's good. And then next turn, I can win by knocking out that Oranguru there. I only have 1 prize remaining. and I could just Guzma and knock that out. There's my other DCE. That's great. We literally have game. I don't think that there's too much they can do about it. I can Flying Flip with my Tapu Koko. I've got Guzma into Flying Flip to knock out the Oranguru. I've got Feather Arrow to help with that, so that's an option. I can also just put DCE onto this thing, and I can Guzma knock out the Oranguru. There's like a million ways I can knock out the Oranguru with Zoroark GX. If I just Guzma, knockout, I have everything I need. So that's a wrap. We're able to, I guess we'll count that second game as a win, right? Count that second game as a win. This game is a win. Able to go 2-1 against random opponents on TCG with Zoroark Decidueye. So pretty cool stuff. Like I said, a little bit skeptical as to what the future of this deck holds with Blacephalon, but definitely a fun archetype and glad to get to show it off here on the channel. Got a bunch of exciting stuff coming up in the next week or so. Like I said, brand new studio, going to be showing that off. Going to check that out this afternoon at Full Grip Games. Excited about that. Also, shout out to everybody who pre-ordered singles from the new set, Lost Thunder, on FullGripGames.com. That was amazing. They went quick. I think we are going to be doing a restock, maybe a light restock here in the upcoming week or two. So stay tuned for that. I'll let you guys know when we end up getting the okay from the distributor to restock some of our stuff. And then also, I'm going to be announcing that playmat design contest soon, and I've got a bunch of cool ideas for that. So stay tuned for that as well. This is all exciting stuff coming up in the upcoming week. Thank you all so much for watching the video. Make sure to like the video, sub to the channel, ring that bell. Check out the Etsy and Patreon stuff in the description below. Shout out to all the Patreon subs who have been participating in that Discord server that I have set up exclusively for Patreon subs. That's been a lot of fun as well. And shout out to everybody in there for the chats and good times. Thank you all so much for watching. Peace.